What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd come back with another video of episode, I think this is episode 3 of the Quick Stop podcast. I assure you we are live. I thought I'm sort of trying to do this as a monthly thing, which up to this point has been the case. I'm the sort of this month's video is basically going to be a similar sort of topic to last month's. Yeah, from what last month was, it was EGX. This is going to be conventions as a whole. This is why I'm currently wearing my Showmasters Crew t-shirt, which I got for working at London Film and Comic-Con, because EGX and this is basically connected to today's topic, basically, or this month's topic. Now, I'm going to sort of talk about the experience of A, going to EGX, and B, working at a Comic-Con, and the sort of what I've observed from both sort of shows, and especially with working at the London Film and Comic-Con, or LFCC. When I say LFCC, just remember that means London Film and Comic-Con. So yeah, I'll talk about the EGX side. Obviously, I've been to now, but if I worked out correctly, about 16-ish EGX conventions. Last year was you can't read this year was better than last year, but really you can't really compare this year to last year, because last year coming out of the pandemic, it's a bit unfair. So really, to compare this one to the one before the pandemic, which weren't that great, but it was still good enough. Not in a horrible way. It was sort of they get the ball rolling again. For EGX. Hopefully now, by next year, they've already sort of announced next year's dates. Pardon me, for EGX, the venue. Now they've sort of properly got one of the classes of a true full year. Because even though you still had a year from last year to this year, it was still at the beginning of that shaky grounds, if you will. So now you have got a true full year. Now EGX, I've been going since 2011. And when I say I've been to I think 2011 was 11 years ago. How does 16 shows make sense? I include, when I count the amount of EGX I'll go to, I include the big shows at the end of the year, which is the one I went to a few weeks ago, and will be at next year. But I also include EGX Res within that that count, that final count, because it's still technically an EGX event, just a little bit smaller. But it's strange because like, this year we didn't have an EGX Res. Okay, fair enough. Maybe coming out of the pandemic, the point doing a res. But now with this year's the EGX just done, they were sort of advertising at the show on their Facebook page the EGX for the end of next year. Basically skipping res. Now I don't know. There probably was an announcement, and I missed it. I don't know, but to my knowledge, there's been no announcements on them cancelling permanently res, not doing it for a few years to sort of build the brand up again. I don't know, but it's either way. At least we still get an EGX, and what we do when I speak about EGX LFCC. I'm going to talk about them basically being a launching pad to me doing other conventions in their own little individual spheres. Which saying that with EGX, I'll stick to it. With EGX, I've always wanted to go to Insomnia. But there's been about this. From what I've been told by people that have been to EGX and Insomnia, EGX is the better of the two shows. So for me, if that's the case, why am I going to not necessarily waste my time and money on Insomnia when I already do EGX? So my eyes, what's the point? I know there's other conventions, but it's like the Play Expo. I'm tempted to do Showmasters, who do NFCC, have a gaming fair, which I only found out last week because they put up. I'm part of the crew Facebook page, and they sort of put up a list of next year's shows, which included I think 2 or 3 game fairs, which I might dig into. However, I might have all look into them, see what they're about, and if they're worth either working, not necessarily working because of the, well, I was trying to stick to LFCC because working wise is easier for me to get to because it's Olympia, so I don't mind. But with the game fair, if it's worth me doing, like as attending it, and if it's worth me saying to people I go to EGX with, do you want to try this? This is what it looks like. This is what sort of is it. Do you want to try it at least once? I know there's obviously other sort of conventions in other countries, like there's Retropalooza, there's PAX, Gamescom. I would say feedback's pretty much fucking dead in the water. So it's other gaming conventions. It's trying to work out ones that I know can turn into a regular thing each year. Which, for me, that's the point of me going. Is like with EGX, it is now a yearly thing. I say yearly thing, obviously, the time when we had the pandemic, I couldn't go because of the pandemic, unfortunately. So yeah, but obviously with NFCC, when I worked it, it was a great experience. I got to. Prior to that, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've never actually been to a Comic-Con at all. Because really, I'm still, when it comes to collecting comics, I'm still sort of early in my collecting journey, if you will. So me, when I sort of initially signed up to with Showmasters to Crew, it was firstly a new experience, meet new people, but it was also for me to sort of basically get paid to get that sort of Comic-Con feel, experience, basically without spending my own money, like no risk sort of thing. Now, from what I've seen with the one I've done in July, a lot of people were moaning about staff not being great, which again, I think I've said a while back. My experience, I was new, no one really told me anything, which probably didn't help. So I can only apologise on my behalf. But people moan about the staff not really knowing anything. People like celebrities cancelling, which weren't our fault, it's theirs. Where else do people know? The ones I know celebrities cancelling. One celebrity I was quite excited to get something signed was William Shatner. I found out at the fucking event, on a Saturday when I was doing like on the entrance, I found out Shatner cancelled. Now if you know, Shatner was one of the expensive people. I think you're paying, $65 for an autograph, then an additional $65 for a picture, or you could get like $150 for like a VIP thing, like a gift thing, where you got a picture, autograph, and a gift. But if $150, if you pre-got that, then you found out that like day of on the show he cancelled, you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be fuming. And like, a lot of people, that's nothing a lot of people mind about. Was like not them being slow with like email, respond to email about their money back and this, that, and the other, which is fair enough. I get that. But I know when I said to someone about Shatner cancelling, they were like, "Oh, you got to bear in mind he's in his later years. He can't sort of do long travelling as much as he used to. This, that, and the other." But 2 weeks later, I think a week or two later, he was at San Diego Comic-Con. So you can't make one, but you can make the other. I can understand that San Diego is more prestigious. Prestigious? Yeah. Prestigious than NSCC. But you can't, don't cancel one, but then do another 2 weeks later. It makes showmasters look stupid. But yeah, when I've done NFCC, I've done multiple jobs on the 3 days I was there. I've done cosplays, I was sorting out people's music for when they've done their presentation, if you will. Make sure they're happy with their choice of music, or if they had music already brought with them, they'd give it to me. Things like that. I'd get it ready for them. It was a nice easy day, to be honest. It was not everyone done cosplay, so I was pretty much sitting there all the top of Comic-Con, looking at the cosplays, which was nice. Saturday I done ticket. I went with Saturday. I went actually designated a area, but by the end of it, I was put on fucking entrance anyway, like doing people with their 3-day wristbands. So, which weren't too bad. It was annoying, but of course, at a certain point when I was standing all day, my back was hurting. So eventually, I actually got a seat. So that wasn't too bad. And Sunday, I was Zach Galligan's assistant, or Zach Galligan, if you don't know, who plays Billy in Gremlins. And he made a small appearance in Star Trek. So that was a little bit nice for me. So that basically entailed making sure he got to his photo booth, checked his photos times were right, make sure he had his lunch, got to his lunch on time, make sure he was sort of okay, make sure his day ran as smoothly as possible. So basically, yes, I've done that. Saw the atmosphere, saw what basically Comic-Con was like. And it's now made me sort of think, yeah, I would love to do a Comic-Con. I'd go to a Comic-Con. So I'm actually, as it stands right now, the ball is in motion for me to work the LFCC in winter, which is next month. I want to say the 19th to the 21st. But off the top of my head, I don't remember. But next year, I would love to go. Obviously, everything's money. Even if I don't do it next year, at some point in the future, I would like to go to MCM. That's for no disrespect to LFCC. MCM is the more popular out of the two, so I'd love to go to that and all at some point. In the dream world, fucking San Diego, but that can be a cunt to get tickets for. But in worst case, I would love to go to New York Comic Con. New York Comic Con has just recently happened. So even if I can't do San Diego, I would love to do that as an alternative, and that as basically as an international experience. So firstly, I've not been on that for me be classed as a holiday. Going to New York, do Comic Con. That will be my holiday if I do when I eventually do that in the near future, because I've not been on a holiday for 11 plus years. So that and like many times going to abroad, fucking even longer. So that'd be a nice experience. But conventions as a whole, which is the whole point of this month's podcast, I want to try and do more conventions that are relative to things I enjoy. So gaming will be like things like the EGX and things like that. Comic books will be pretty much MCM, LFCC, potentially fucking New York Comic Con next in the near future. But it's EGX so EGX things when it comes to conventions I'm actually guaranteed to do. Attend EGX is always going to be guaranteed. Work an LFCC is going to be guaranteed. Or even if I went to an EGX, attended an LFCC, I can do the summer one. I think there won't be any of them. I've got to double check. I think there's 3 LFCCs. So let's say I'll plan for next year. I'll do the beginning LFCC, the summer LFCC, but work both of them. Attend EGX. Attend the MCM and pretend or a New York. But again, all comes down to money. When I think New York will be a little bit more money because not only flights, hotel, taxis going around, so I don't drive. But also if I'm buying any exclusive stuff, I have to be a bit extra money. But also shipping things back from New York back to the UK, I'd also take that into consideration. So it's that will probably with the New York Comic Con. That will probably be more my attending the experience of attending a Comic Con as a collector / fan of the comic book world, where MCM more than LFCC, it'll be more buying stuff more than anything. Because it was strange when I recently went EGX, one of the booths there had comic books. I did show, I think I showed them last video, the ones I've got. Which was strange but also nice at the same time. Because they cater to more people. Yeah, what you do, apart from the buying side of it, everything else you do is gaming related. Whether it's consoles, PC, tabletop, card games, it's gaming. Buying, you've got anything from fucking sweets to fudge, same thing really, to games, to fucking love pillows, to masks, to comic books, custom controllers. There's a variety, which is nice. But yeah, so yeah, this is Aussie. I'm rambling words now. So yeah, this month. So yeah, Top Rich Adventures. I do want to sort of branch out a little bit more, especially now Comic Cons. The fact that I've now experienced a Comic Con via working at one. I do want to experience that more, especially as someone who, like myself, likes comic books and loves digging. Like, it's strange because when I'm buying games, digging, if I'm digging for others, like if someone says to me, like, can you help me find this? I'm like, I'll help you. For myself, I don't enjoy it as much. Comic books, I enjoy the dig. A Retro Chef might feel the same, obviously, because he collects comics. So I want his opinion on this. About the enjoyment of digging for like a pound box or like the back issues or whatever. I enjoy that. So yeah. I'd love to get your guys and gals' opinion on this. On basically conventions. What conventions have you been to? Would you like to go to? Do you stick to, say, one type of convention like game or comics? Or do you dabble on both? Love to hear your guys' opinion. love to get a conversation from you guys about this. Because again, we're all different in our styles of collecting and what we collect. So it's nice to sort of get perspective from other people. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, any feedback, any conversation down below is much appreciated. And yeah, I hope to speak to you guys soon. And yeah, ciao for now, guys.